Hello everyone, welcome to our first speed building video. Today we are making our budget-friendly starting house for our Let's Play that's going to be starting up on my channel for the 100 baby challenge. And now if you haven't seen the Creative Sim video where we create the matriarch who is going to be living in this wonderful house, which needs a bit of work, but I was running on short budgets, so we've got what we've got, unfortunately. And however, I have just noticed the bottom is cut off. OBS was having a few problems of recording the whole screen on my display, so the bottom is a little bit cut off. However, you can still see the picture perfectly fine. Hopefully I will be able to fix it for our Let's Play, as obviously we'll need to see little screen portraits and things like that. But we are currently on the lot of Cordiella's Secret Cottage in Henford-on-Bagley, which came with the Cottage Living DLC, which is honestly one of my favourite DLCs. This video is quite a long one in comparison to the Let's Play, so sit down, have a drink, have a snack. We're going to get comfy, we're going to get cozy, and we're just going to enjoy watching us build this little house. Currently we've not got on a lot of funds to work with. It was 18,000 from purchasing this lot and when it was fully bulldozed, and I don't know what just happened with the camera there. There seems to be a little bit of a camera glitch. So we're currently sitting with a little greeny bluey suburban in the middle of the mountains, which I realised doesn't really fit quite right away, but we just needed something quick, something easy, and I'm sure when we've got some more money we can make it look absolutely stunning, make it fit, and we can have like a little farm set up with some animals, really bringing in that income. I want to focus a lot on, obviously because we can't get a job with this 100 baby challenge, I want to focus a lot on kind of homestead vibes, if you get what I mean. So I want to do some crafting, to do some woodworking, to do some planting, some gardening, and when we've got some more money, maybe we can play around with the llamas and the cows, and we can just make some money off of them, really help boost our income. We're going to be focusing a lot on painting in our series as well, as you'll see shortly. We'll be putting down the little easel and the little place that we can work. I'm trying to figure out some curtains at the moment, and I am using a lot of custom content in this build. I just love custom content, I adore it. Here I'm thinking about seeing if this fits, and then here I very quickly realise it doesn't fit, and then I try to fix it with these curtain rods which just don't click on and they irritate me, so I just move on. And here we're putting down the burglar alarm, the thermostat, the smoke detector. We want to keep this kind of as realistic as possible within the budget that we've got. It's not 100% upon the realism that I would like it to be at the moment. However, throughout the Let's Play we'll be adding little bits, adding light switches, power outlets, things like that, really just to help boost home the realistic vibey house of a mum who's going to have 7 kids at this point in the house at any one time, which is just a lot of children. You can see me here putting down from Nifty Knitting, the cross stitch from Cottage Living as well, and there goes down that easel. So we want lots of little crafty things, just things to make money, ways to make money, to give that our sim as well a variation of skills. I want to try and level her up in her skills as much as possible. Now I'm just putting on the door to the bedroom. At this point I'm running a little bit low on funds, so I quickly just pop in the absolute necessities for what we need. I know I found that bedspread beautiful, and then I made it nice and pink, so we're quickly popping in the necessities of the things we need. So we've got the kit, we've got the sink, we've got a toilet, we've got a mirror, we need to have a bath shower, or just a bath, but I prefer a bath shower because then you can have you can get your child sims and your teens and your adults to take quick showers, but you can also bathe them when they're little and they can't take showers. And here I'm currently trying to figure out how to place both a washing machine and a dryer, because I also want this to be realistic enough to where we can use a washer and a dryer. So I quickly swap around some orientations so our sim can use that. I have all checked, which is all nice. We went for a pink and a white, it's very pretty. And now we're on to our matriarch's bedroom. She's going to be spending quite a bit of time in here. A lot of people are going to be coming in here. Here you can see me quickly type in the move objects cheat on. I just really wanted these nightstands to fit perfectly. I placed that mirror with the jackets on the books. That's a custom content piece, and I adore it. And then I try and see if I can match. I like lighten up these little bits, and then I realise there's no like folded clothes clutter, so I need to download some, which is meant to go in those little slots there, but I don't have any. So I very quickly change this once I figure it out, pardon me, that I can get more ones that hang like that. And then I change over the vibe. I make it a bit more white, just a bit more neutral, and I pull it across a little bit so we've got little pockets, and it's a nice little centerpiece for the room. It's a nice like dusty pink with the gold. I find it absolutely stunning. We're hanging up some clothes, got some nice variations in there. I realised that there's doors that you can put on other wardrobes from other custom content pieces, and I thought that was pretty cool. And we've got some plants going. I just wanted something to go on just to brighten it up a little bit. We're going to put pictures, but I want all of our pictures to be like our kids' drawings. I want at least this first matriarch to be a really loving, really proud of what she's done. Even if she has had like 20 kids, I want her to be proud of that. I want her to show off all of her kids' artworks. Think, every single one of her children to her is an absolute superstar, and is so talented and so special to her, and I want to show that. So that's why I have left a lot of the walls blank. I'm currently putting in some shoes because we don't have a shoe rack outside the door because there's just not enough room. I put some more clutter objects in, and something still needs to go here. I know it does. I try with a teddy, but I don't like it, so I just leave it alone for now. We'll figure out something. I'm just going through, clicking off things that need to be clicked off. And yeah, and we settle on with a rug as well. And I wish I might download the tool mod and try and figure out how to use it, because I currently don't know how to use it, but I know it's a very popular mod, because some of those rugs are perfect, but when you scale them up using the square brackets on your keyboard, they then go too big, and then they just don't fit right. I find some clutter with like some cluttered power outlets, and I just think it's adorable. So we are currently putting some clutter in the sink, but then I kind of changed my mind. Then I remember that we need things like toilet roll, we need soap, we need some like glasses hanging about, and I was going to put something on here as well until I then remembered she needs at least one like counter space to make food on. So I'm a bit like, oh, okay. And I moved those shelves as they made a previous entrance before. I moved them. We put some plants down, add some colour, and then this comes like a little plant showcase. It's beautiful. I love snapdragons. I think they're just gorgeous. I do believe that's a snapdragon. I could be wrong. I may be wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I am. And here I just go with a bigger dining table because this just looks empty. And I was thinking about maybe putting another rug down, but I wasn't quite sure. So I've gone with a 4x dining table, and it fills up that space quite nicely. Sometimes some empty space can be quite good. And I put some more clutter. I put some cleaning stuff by the bin, and I just have a scroll and just some clutter, and then I find something eventually just to put on the edge of the table, just to kind of tie it all together. And here we are, we're going on to the outside now. I'm currently just quickly finishing up the foundations because I realised I didn't change it when I made the original, and I put a second set of stairs in, as I'm going to have a little garden outside for all of our outsidey things. I look at all the pool stuff, I realise how big it is, and then I say, maybe on a different lot. We're going to put some plants down. I do not have a lot of money at this point, and I did not enable debug. I will be enabling debug at some point, probably when we have a bigger house and we have more money to play with, and then we can really decorate it. I'm currently adding the undershadows of the dirt going under the house at the moment, just to kind of give it that like outline, give it a bit more of an impression into the ground, just so it doesn't look so clean and just like plop down straight away. But I don't really like the path that it left, but the dirt's nice. I try to go with this gravel path, which I do think I keep in the end, which looking back I may change. And we're just trying to get things ready. So you can see we're going through lots and lots of outdoory things, and then looking for plant pots. So there we go. So we've placed 4 plant pots down. That's very much of a tongue twister. And a washing line. I understand we have a dryer, but sometimes it's nice when your clothes just hang out on the washing line and they smell really nice and they've got that fresh air smell to them. It's just stunning. So I thought we might as well use it. Here we get a flower organisation table and another crafting table, which I can't quite think of the name of because that's the custom content one. And then I also add some lanterns to the edge of our plant pots. And then we get some nice trees in. I realise all of the leaves of the trees are dead. So all of it looks a bit depressing at the moment. Hopefully it'll look a lot better when they've got leaves on and there's a bit more colour, there's a bit more excitement. These are some lavender bushes that I add, and then I kind of pull them forward and I put a regular bush in. At the moment I don't really like the colour, but that's just because of the cold that we're in. Everything's a bit dead at the moment, but when we go into summer, things should bloom and should blossom and should look gorgeous. They should be nice and green, nice and fresh, nice and full. Here we have paused for a minute, just for a second. I was probably just catching my thoughts, just thinking about what to add. Here I go for try to see if I can find some artwork, and we've got some photo frames that we'll be using later for some of our mods, as we do have the Panda Sounds mod for this let's play, and where we have ultrasounds. So we will be displaying one of our child's ultrasounds for every child that we have. Or like if we have twins, the twins will have their own ultrasound and things. I'm currently adding in radiators just to show off, you know, the realism, the heating that we're going to need. And I just take another pause just to kind of think, and I have a look about, see if anything else needs anything. There we go. We get rid of that second path just there. We fill it in with some mud and some dirt. We make it just a bit deeper and a bit darker. We add some really pretty flowers, and that's coming to the end of our video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure to see you next time.